What is up, YouTube tool tubers of the world? My name is Brad. Welcome to the Workbench, and today we're going to look at the October monthly discounts for the Inside Track Club. That's right, for those that are unaware, Harbor Freight has done away with the coupons for the Inside Track Club. These are now just discounts that will be automatically applied at checkout, in-store, or online. So let's get this thing rolling. We can look at the offerings Harbor Freight is bringing us this October, and there's some pretty good deals in here, I think. And as we peruse these discounted tools this month, I'm going to tell you which ones I prefer and have good experience with, and I'm also going to tell you which ones to stay away from. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. The 1/2-inch breaker bar for $15. If you don't have that, go get it. Put it in your toolbox. You will use it eventually. And for $15, I think it's really one of the best deals Harbor Freight has. I would pass on this Yukon box. So it's a 2-drawer, $120. They have that bulk storage cart that's a single drawer for $89 on clearance right now. And then they also have the tech cart that's a 4-drawer for I think around $149 with the coupon. So in my opinion, if you're gonna be looking at a cart like that, you might as well spend the extra 20 or 30 bucks and get those extra drawers, that extra space that you will eventually need in the future. A little bitty cute 3-inch vise over there, just waiting to be bought by you for 20 bucks isn't a bad deal at all. I don't recommend the Harbor Freight vices if you need a vise that's gonna take a pounding, but if you just need something to hold your work or to be an extra hand when you're working by yourself, they're perfect for that. And they're cheap as hell. And that set of router bits that already passed up for 30 bucks, that's a good deal. They have a black set and a blue set. And I actually did a video a while back, over a year ago, comparing the two and why I chose the black colored set rather than the blue set. So take a look at that review comparison if you're interested in that. The drill press vise for $14 is another item I've had for several years from Harbor Freight. Still going strong. It's not a luxury item at all, but it will get the job done and it'll last. The 10-inch Bauer chainsaw, you can save about 10 bucks on, not a bad deal there. I honestly don't understand the point of a chainsaw that small. I say why not just use a Sawzall? And if you don't have a Sawzall, I suggest you get one before a 10-inch chainsaw, because a Sawzall is so much more versatile than a chainsaw is. And yes, I understand that a chainsaw is probably faster than what a Sawzall is going to be, but you get one of them Diablo pruning blades on a pretty decent Sawzall, and you can get through some pretty small limbs fast, and you're not going to be cutting anything big with a 10-inch chainsaw anyways. Let's look at some other tools and get off of the chainsaws. Got about 30% off the 48-inch box level over there, and if you're going to buy a Harbor Freight level, I definitely suggest getting the box frame levels. They're just a little more sturdy, a little more rugged, and they seem to be built much better than the little I-beam type levels. I also want to stop and say thank you to Harbor Freight, because this is the very first month I have ever seen Harbor Freight accurately depict their percentage off on their little discount coupons, whatever you want to call them. And what I'm talking about is those little red asterisks, I guess we'll call them, that say members save blank percentage, 28, 15, 22%. Those are usually based upon the compared to price. Because before they would have a coupon, let's say it saved you $2, but then they'll have a little highlighted area that says saves 50%. Well, people that aren't paying attention see that saves 50% and they just go and buy that. When in reality, that saves 50% was always comparing the sale price to the tool they're comparing it to's regular price, and that was always just a very deceptive tactic, I thought. So of course I didn't go through and check every single one of these, but I did go ahead and spot check quite a few, and it seems accurate, or pretty damn close to being accurate in most occasions. So that's a very good thing from Harbor Freight. I'm glad to see that they are making some changes. Maybe they won't be so slimy, I guess we'll call it, with their marketing. And honestly, if they keep doing this, they're gonna put me out of making videos, because there's not gonna be much point. Now it's going to be very easy to look at that little red asterisk, see if it's less than 20%. If it is, then if it's not an excluded item, you automatically know it's going to be better to use a 20% off coupon. But maybe that's their whole evil plan. You know, maybe they'll start getting honest with their marketing and think that I'll stop making my videos. That way nobody's there to really tell you which tools are good and which tools to stay away from. I'm just playing around. Would you believe I still have not bought that band file over there? I've talked about it for months and I want to try it out, and I still haven't bought it. Maybe this will be the month I try it out. I've heard good things about it. People have commented and told me that it's a good buy. So maybe one day I'll actually remember it when I go into a Harbor Freight. I definitely don't suggest the 24-inch bar clamps. Not that their bar clamps are bad, just when they start getting over about 18 inches, they have too much flex in them. Buy those bar clamps up to about 18 inches. When you get to that size, start switching over to the aluminum bar clamps. that have a little bit more rigidity, and they can be outfitted to have a lot more rigidity. There's videos on YouTube showing you how to do that. The little pneumatic air needle guns are something I always recommend when they go on sale. We had probably a dozen of these when I was working out in the oil field before the virus hit. And we used the hell out of them, and they worked good, and for multiple things, to get scale and rust off of things. And also, I've seen other people recommend using them to get the flux off your weld. I got a few cents off these super cheap socket rails. Now those are, like I said, super cheap. I have bought them, but mainly just to cut them in half, and I would make a double rail. I'd put them back to back. That way I could put sockets on either side. It's a cheap way to do that, but they are pretty chinchy. 25 bucks for the Hercules step bit set. I would say that's a good deal because those do have cobalt in them. I haven't personally used them, but I know cobalt drill bits are a lot better on hardened steels, so I imagine it's going to be the same with the step bit. You look at a lot of other brands of cobalt step bits and you're looking at about 50 bucks for a single bit, so a 25 for a 3B set is a damn good deal. If you have used them, please leave a comment down below and let people know if they're bad or if they're good, because I definitely don't want to steer people off in the wrong direction. Like I said, I haven't personally used these yet. I'm just going off of my experience using cobalt drill bits in the past. And of course, we all know these videos here on Brads Workbench are group efforts. There's no way I can use and know everything about every tool that Harbor Freight sells. So if I say something wrong, or if you see an item I didn't mention that you think is just amazing or a gem of Harbor Freight, definitely leave a comment down below. Let people know. If you got a question, ask it in the comments, and if I can't answer it, I'm sure somebody can. I have quite a few employees now that have found my channel that work at Harbor Freight that will help to answer questions that I don't know about, and hell, they probably get to them before I'm able to. But I still do make an effort to answer every single comment with at least a thank you, a response of some sort. So leave a comment down below if you want to talk to me. That's the part that I enjoy the most out of these videos, is getting to interact with you guys, getting to meet a lot of different people from a lot of different backgrounds. The little magnetic welding squares, I call them, I have these small ones. I also have the larger one that was up there earlier. They're pretty good, you know, especially for somebody that's just an at-home welder that doesn't want to spend a bunch of big bucks. The metal shavings and flux and all the spatter and stuff will stick to the magnet. You can't turn the magnet off. They're very basic. They're not super strong. But like I said, for somebody welding at home, a project or two, they'll get the job done. And I've got to take a moment to give a big thank you to my top 10 Patreons. Yes, we finally hit to where I have a top 10, and I appreciate every single one of them. These are the guys that are basically supporting me and helping me achieve my dreams of one day working for myself. No, I don't plan on being a full-time YouTuber, but I do hope that YouTube is part of that income. I always felt weird about Patreon, so I put out 3 tiers from $2 a month to $7 a month to fit a wide variety of budgets, and I jam-packed those tiers full of benefits, the minimum being that you'll get at least a channel sticker, early access to videos, and more access to me, of course. I help those guys out with whatever I can possibly do. You need a thumbnail made? I'll make you a thumbnail. You need tips for editing, growing a channel like I've done? You know, I'm not an expert, but I can tell you what has worked for me. And when I did start coming out with merch, all my t-shirts and stuff you can find over on Teespring, I gave them a week early access to the store where they could buy anything they wanted at cost. I did not make anything off of those sales. And that's truly just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to member benefits. So if you do have the means to do so, if you have some expendable income and you want to help support this channel, there will be a link in the description for the Patreon. Please do not feel like it's a requirement. Hitting the like button, leaving a comment down below, sharing the video, those are all things that help this channel grow and help me continue to work towards those goals. These extra long needle nose pliers, I have a set of these. There's a lot of flex in the handles. They're cheap. As you can see, they're $6, so they're going to be built cheap. But they are good in a pinch. They're good to have when you drop something. You just need to pick it up. You're not going to be, you know, using these to really grip onto something. You got $10 off the 12-inch digital calipers. Now, I wouldn't be in a rush to go get those. That's just like taking a 20% off coupon. But I've been very happy with my 6-inch calipers from Harbor Freight. No, they're not the super cheap plastic ones, so I might give those 12-inch ones a try soon. The dual pliers I usually always recommend. I've been very happy with the dikes I have from them. But look at these slip joint pliers. This raises a question. It says member save 16%. So of course you would rather use a 20% off coupon. But if this discount is automatically applied, how are you going to use the 20% off discount? If anybody's come across that in the store, please leave a comment down below and let me know how the store actually handles that. And of course, this October, don't forget to pick up your portable fish finder from Harbor Freight. Who goes to Harbor Freight looking for a damn fish finder? That's what I want to know. All right, guys, that's just gonna about wrap it up. I appreciate each and every one of you for sticking around to the end. Yeah, I see you there, still watching. Appreciate you, bud. And until next time, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button down there, and we'll holler at you next time. Peace!